Happy Monday, everyone! We're holding our breath because as you can see, we're in space. We're in space today because in 2 weeks, we're going to be having our space-themed carnival.
It's going to be really fun. This Friday is Wacky Shoe Day, so dress your feet up and come to school on Friday.
Here are the 3 R names for this week.
All right, from Mrs. Pearson's class, Noah H.
From Mrs. Metzger's class, David.
Mrs. Tumlin's class, Rogue.
Mrs. Meyer's class, Eric.
Mrs. Peterson, Ava.
Bella from Mrs. Pearson's class.
Mrs. Vilhauer's, Drake.
Allison from Mrs. Vilhauer's class.
Miss Kipko's, Lucy.
Mrs. Tumlin's class, JC.
Mrs. Nichols' class, TC.
Mrs. Peterson's class, Madison.
Mrs. Farnsworth, Silas.
Mrs. Kipko's class, Emma Joy.
Mrs. Myers, Robbie.
Ireland from Mrs. McCrory's class.
Mrs. McCrory, Gabe.
Mrs. Farnsworth's class, Hale.
Mrs. Metzger, David.
From Mrs. Celine's class, Mark.
Mrs. Celine's class, Maya.
And last but not least, Avery from Mrs. Nichols' class.
Wonderful. Good job, everybody. Hey, remember last week we dressed up on Valentine's Day with our red and pink clothes? Here are the spirit winners for that day. Mrs. Suarez's class and Mrs. Farnsworth's class.
Together, we can make this a great week.
Let's do it.